going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everybody that's in the building. Drop y'all ones in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly before we get into today's show. Let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat room clearly before we get into the show. Okay, let's see if y'all can hear me. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone. And of course, we're back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course. I appreciate all the love and the support. Y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all share today's show. Share it on your community tabs, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere that you share content. Make sure y'all share today's show. We are going to get into it. As promised, this is part 3. This is part 3. If you missed episodes 1 and 2, the links will be in the chat room. Make sure y'all go and check parts 1 and 2 out, because we will be closing it out today with part 3. So let's see who's in the building. Let me give my shout outs, and then we're going to get into the show. We're going to get right into it. Shout out to Bob. What's good, Bob? Hey, Miss Zahara. Shout out to Zahara. Chilling with Love. Good to see you, sweetheart. Good to see you. Shout out to Chilling with Love. Primo. What's good, Primo? Astral Atmosphere. What's good, Astral? Salute. Hey, Miss Angie. Shout out to Miss Angie B. Always coming through and holding down the chizat. Hey, Miss Camille. Good to see you, sweetheart. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Dion in the building. What's good, Dion? Free my grandma. What's good, Free my grandma? What's good? Thank you, Chilling with Love. I appreciate it. What's up, Sister George? What's going on? What's up, Booty Bunny? Shout out to Bayou Bunny on the check-in. Good to see you. Good to see you. What's up, Mona? Shout out to Mona on the check-in. What's good? Shout out to my comrade on the check-in, the Book of Ronan. Salute, my brother. Salute. Yanika Bay. Peace, my brother. Shout out to you, Cuzzo. I see you. Shout out to Heels In on the check-in. Good to see you, Cuzzo. Cartel. What's good, Cartel? What's up, Shakira? Good to see you, Miss Shakira. Shout out to the Nile River on the check-in. MR1. Salute, MR1. Thank you, Miss Angie. The links are in the chat room. If you have missed parts 1 or part 2, any parts, the links are right in the chat room. Thank you, Miss Angie. Oh, yeah, you know that's what we doing today, Dion. We getting right into it. Seven Holiday. What's good, Seven Holiday? Shout out to everyone in the chat. Y'all come on through. Y'all hit that like button. Share today's show. Hit the like button and share today's show. As y'all see, part 3, she's a narcissist. She can't love you, bro. The DaNaia Jackson archetype. See, let me say this before we get into the show. Right? See, I think a lot of times people be so caught up in narratives being spun about certain situations or certain topics that are hot in social media. And we look for everybody to have the same perspective. Or if they don't have the same perspective, you usually write them off. And a lot of times, a lot of people who have that mentality, that sheep mentality, all they have to see is someone being the contrary to what's normal, and then they automatically write it off and call it something that they totally don't even understand. You see? See, now that we have established that Derek's not the narcissist, right? Even though he's not the narcissist, for some strange reason, he's just a horrible guy all of a sudden. And I'm going to do a separate video about this. Because the problem here is nobody wants to call DaNaia out for the shit that she took part in. Everyone still wants to find a way to put it on Derek. But these same women who are still trying to blame Derek are these same independent, strong women. See, you can't have it both ways. You can't be strong, independent, and dependent. If you're strong and you're independent, right, then whatever happens in your life is your fault. Because this is the life that you chose to take on. You chose to take on the role of a man. Because a man has to learn how to live alone. A man has to learn to take care of himself, regardless of a woman or children. You see? So now you got these women coming in the comment section saying all of this crazy stuff, and they never even read the title. They never read the title. This is to notify men about women like DaNaia Jackson. This has nothing to do with going into the relationship and all of this personal stuff, and now we're guessing about these people's personal lives. See, what I'm doing is I'm highlighting things so men can be aware of these things when they see them in other women. This is why I said the DaNaia Jackson archetype. Read. Before you leave a comment, read. The DaNaia Jackson archetype. Okay? This channel is for men, to help men, not to get the acceptance of women. I don't care if you're in my comment section disagreeing with me. I don't care. I don't care if you come here and whatever you got us, I don't care. Okay? And the women who are here understands this. This channel is not for women. This channel is to uplift men and to notify men, not women. So I can care less about how you feel about what I'm saying. Because guess what? You're not supposed to like everything I say because the information is not for you. So stop coming here thinking I'm going to pander because I'm not. Okay? I'm not. I never will. Okay? You want somebody to pander? Go to the divestment community. If you want someone to pander to you just being a black woman, go to the divestment community. This is not the place for you. I'm not here to kiss your ass because you a woman. I'm not going to tone it down and think about the women that's listening. No. Because I'm not talking to you. If you don't like what I say and how I say it, it's called the exit. Exit. That's what it's called. But you're not going to come in the comment section and talk your shit and then think that's going to grant you some type of place of being here. It don't work like that over here. Sorry. Doesn't work like that over here. Shout out to Akuma. William Mason. What's good, William? What's up, Brownie? Brownie says DaNaia was a clown because she just wanted to win, and she ended up taking the biggest L. She took the L she was supposed to take, and she ain't even gonna take that L, Brownie. Because she ain't gonna learn shit. DaNaia Jackson haven't learned shit about herself. See, now what y'all are seeing the real her. Y'all are seeing what Derek saw. But for all those goddamn years, y'all thought she was some damsel in distress. But now y'all just getting a glimpse of the real DaNaia Jackson. And a lot of women are like this. Covert narcissists. Yeah. Covert. You see? And then the more she has to hide the narcissism, the more overt she becomes. DaNaia said this out of her own mouth. She's either passive aggressive, which is covert, or she's super aggressive, which is overt. She has no in the middle. She has no in between. There's no balance in her mind. She's an extremist. She's an extremist. Oh, but she's a victim. What's up, Sugar Bomb? Of course, she'll have a channel next. Y'all do know she had 124,000 followers on the gram now, right? Y'all do know this, right? Okay. Let's get to it. Let's get to what y'all came here for. Y'all came for part 3. Y'all asked for part 3. Let's get to it. What's up, Miss KP? What's going on? Shout out to the Classy Creole. Good to see you. Iceberg Gaming. What's good, Iceberg? Let's get to it. We're going to start right where we left off at.
Yeah, that doesn't work out. Apparently, people get very upset. And not only do they get upset, they think you're crazy and you know, you'd have lost your mind. So I went through that. I said that, and then I'm crazy. He said I'm crazy and all these things, and I need to get a mental evaluation. He called my mom, which is how my mom got involved. He called my mom like, hey, you need to come check on her. And then my mom is calling me like, what's going on? And then I'm telling her all of it, because at the time I didn't tell her all of the stuff that was going on. And now I'm telling her all.
Manipulation 101. Textbook. This is textbook classic manipulation tactics by narcissists. They never tell the whole story. They only tell the parts that make the other person look bad and make them look good, and they hold shit. They hold shit. So when they spaz out, like she did, and Derek called her mother, she had a whole bunch of shit to back up why she had a mental spaz out. This is what they do. This is textbook narcissism. Because this is how she always keep everyone in her pocket, by manipulating everyone. She's been manipulating like this since she was a little girl. Remember, she already said this in part 1. She used to do this when she used to go to her dad's house. How she would manipulate situations with her emotions by asking certain questions and then acting up when she didn't get her way. This is what they do. These type of women, fellas, they cannot love you. They will never love you. You think she loved Derek Jackson? You really think a woman, you think she loved Derek? Hell no. Hell no. And the women who think that she loves Derek and think that this is love, that what she's doing, these are women who operate just like DaNaia Jackson. These are women who operate in their relationships just like DaNaia Jackson. It's an archetype. It's an archetype. They want to hold back information. They don't want to tell the whole truth because they know it's going to make them look some type of way. Let's continue.
All of it, because I'm like, okay, I don't have the capacity to deal with this. I got these 2 kids. I am not crazy. He has a demon inside of me, you know, like he needs to get delivered. And I'm trying to help him to get delivered, you know. You can't come.
Wait. See, that shit threw me off so much, I done clicked the wrong goddamn page. So she said he had a demon in him and he needed to be delivered. So what was in you? No, she didn't meet her match, Miss KP Bailey. So what's in you? See, because I'm tired of you women getting on the internet talking all this spiritual shit. Talking about these men are demons and all this shit. But you stay in relationships with demons. You always letting demons run up in you. So what that say about you? What are you, a demon catcher? You can't catch your goddamn dreams and aspirations in your life, but for some strange reason, you have no problem attracting demons, but you can't attract positive people. You can't attract positivity, but you could damn sure attract a demon. You can attract poverty. You can attract abuse. You can never attract nothing positive. Why? Why? You damn sure could catch a demon, but can't catch a goddamn break. But you can catch a demon. You know what a demon look like, but you don't know what new friends look like. You don't know what a new environment look like. You don't know what that's like, but you know what a demon is. Narcissism. You got to listen. Narcissism. See, because she don't know that narcissism is a demon. She don't know that. Why she running her goddamn mouth telling somebody what they need to become, and she ain't shit. She sat around for 10 goddamn years of her life, her whole college career, just getting slaughtered out and having kids. by an ain't shit nigga, then you gonna tell him he need to get delivered because for 10 plus goddamn years, you accepted getting slutted out. So now he ain't shit. Now he a demon. How you let that demon arrest you? Why you love wrestling with the demon? Huh? All you women that love talking about demons and these narcissistic men are demons. Why you can't attract a good man? Why you can't attract a man that's decent? Because that's not what you want. Your spirit repels a decent man. You know what you do with decent men? You make them your friend. That's what you do. Like she did Fabian. Remember the guy Fabian that she was using as supply to make Derek jealous? See, they don't like dealing with decent men because that's not what their spirit calls for. But they're going to sit here and just make this guy out to be, he's just the worst. He's just the worst, right? Please. Please. Not here. Sorry. You're not going to convince me of that bullshit because it's bullshit. Especially when you in your goddamn 30s and you still blaming men for shit. Totally not acceptable. Totally not acceptable. Shakira says, those are the bubbles they allow. Right. What's good, Sakpase? Yeah, they be allergic to good people. They spirit repel good niggas. They don't want no good nigga. Because a good nigga not going to speak to their negative narrative. A good man not going to speak to their trauma. See that? A good man is like, oh. See, a good man to these type of women is a hassle. He asks too much questions. This is what they say about good men. Oh, he asks too much questions. Oh, he want to know too much. Oh, shouldn't he know something about you before he run up in you? Shouldn't he know more than your goddamn favorite color? Huh? Should the nigga know at least what type of perfume you like to wear? Shouldn't he know something? But then you blame him. Then it's his fault because you don't value you. Then when he don't value you, he's a narcissist. When you sat around and stayed with a man who told you he wasn't going to be committed to you, and you accepted it for 9 years. 9 years of your life. 9 whole years. Let's get back to it.
You can't come that aggressive. So that was a learning lesson. I learned that in ministry. That was my first introduction into ministry. So
what brought you into Christianity as an adult? Because you said when you were younger, you were introduced to it when you were younger, but then you renewed your faith, recommitted. When was this?
So this was around the time, I know we talked about how he got his hair cut by a girl that he had sex with. And it's around that time I enrolled in therapy. I had 3 therapists at the time.
Yeah.
And it was around that time I was like, okay, there's something seriously wrong with me and I need to figure it out. I cannot go another year like in this condition. And so I was just doing everything. I'm like, listen, whatever I can get into, God is the answer.
And plus I had money, so you can just go pay
I'm gonna try whatever I could try, like yoga, like what else you got? You know, like God is the answer. So let me figure that out. Let me get in Bible study. I'm calling my mom, like, when is your Bible study group meeting? I need to get on a video call with y'all, you know, because I'm in Georgia, they're in Denver. And so I started doing that, and I was like on and off with that a little bit, but then I started having some like weird dreams and things like that where I felt like I always had to fight, and like I would go through the day, I'm like, oh, I feel like I have to fight, but I don't know what I'm fighting.
That's good.
Like I don't know what I'm fighting. And then my mom was like, okay, I was waiting for you to get to this point.
Yeah.
And she's just sitting here waiting the whole time, reading me my whole life, and she's like, okay, there is a spiritual war going on.
There it is.
And you need to decide who you're going to serve.
Yep.
That's what she said to me. I was like, what? What do you mean? I already served Jesus. you need to decide who you're going to serve because you have not been serving my Lord. And I'm like, okay. So
that's good.
once I started pursuing, like taking this, when she said that, I was like, okay, this is real. And then our daughter started having some like night terrors. But it was some crazy like paranormal activity type of stuff happening in our house. Like when I say stuff moving, when I say lights turning on by itself, when I see.
Now here we go. Here we go with the paranormal bullshit. Oh, there was some things moving around in the house. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who you think them spirits was talking to, DaNaia? Who you think attracted them spirits in that house, DaNaia? Who you think them spirits was coming to visit, DaNaia? You, because you're the problem. It's not the house, it's your ass. It's you.
Seeing our daughter literally get picked up out of her bed. There's a camera in the room and on the floor. Like nobody's in her room.
I believe in all that.
Nobody's in her room. And I was like, what do I do besides calling the name of Jesus? I don't know. So that's what really started because I'm like, okay, now my child is being attacked. I got to take it serious. It's one thing with me, but now my child is being attacked. She's 1.5, 2 years old at the time. And so I started really going down that path. And I didn't really tell him because he was, he's at the condo working. so he's out, he's providing and I'm out here.
Give you that nice little soft life you live in.
Yes. And I'm like, yes.
So you can have 3 therapists and
exactly. Listen, shout out to all 3 of them therapists. They had their work cut out for them. And yes, so.
And so what was the breaking point for you to get up and leave and go?
Derek is the narcissist, but she needed 3 therapists. 3. Not 1. Not 2. 3. So we know who them spirits was coming to contact in that house. The same goddamn demon that's very familiar to them. The demon that's in you, DaNaia. You're the demon. That's why Derek stayed away from you. You're the demon. It's you. It's you.
Go to Denver.
So when he said I was crazy, because I'm like, you need to be delivered and we need to go now. And this is what needs to happen.
So he called your mom and you said, forget it, I'm going.
I was like,
she just said out her mouth, what made her go to Denver is when her husband said she needs to go to therapy. Did y'all peep that? Did y'all peep that? Let me rewind it. For y'all say I'm exaggerating so y'all can have some content.
Our daughter literally get picked up out of her bed. There's a camera in the room and on the floor. Like nobody's in her room.
I believe in all that.
Nobody's in her room. And I was like, what do I do besides calling the name of Jesus? I don't know. So that's what really started because I'm like, okay, now my child is being attacked. I got to take it serious. It's one thing with me, but now my child is being attacked. She's 1.5, 2 years old at the time. And so I started really going down that path. And I didn't really tell him because he was, he's at the condo working. so he's out,
He's at the condo working. So you mean to tell me that his child just experienced something paranormal, something that could change this child's life, and you decided to not tell the child's father because he's at work? No, DaNaia, you didn't tell the father because you run shit. That's why you didn't tell the dad. Because you felt like this. If the nigga not here, he don't need to know. I know how you give it up, DaNaia, with your wicked ass. That's why you didn't tell Derek. You didn't tell Derek because you stopped telling him shit because he wasn't coming home. So he don't need to know what's going on in there because he not there, right? Even though his children are there. Wickedness. But people saying this man publicly humiliated this woman. But this woman just admitted to not being a good mother by not reporting and letting her child's father know that his child was hurt. That's irresponsibility as a mother. But DaNaia is known for lying, manipulating, and not telling everybody what happened because she been doing it, because it's in her. It's within her. This is who she is. She's not a victim of a narcissist, and this is why she became this way. She's been like this since she was a little girl. Lying, manipulating. She's been doing this shit since a little girl. A little girl. And she thinks nothing's wrong with her because she always get what she wants. And when she doesn't, now the world has to stop. Now God has to come and change this. Now this is so evil from happening to me. So somebody needs to fix this. And I don't need to fix me. Everyone else need to fix themselves around me so then I can have an excuse. Narcissism 101. That man's children don't even belong to him. Narcissism 101. When you hear all that, mommy's baby, daddy's maybe shit, that's narcissism. Because it ain't no daddy's maybe, unless you don't know who shot your club up. It ain't no daddy's maybe. You should know who fathered your goddamn child. That ain't got nothing to do with that. That has something to do with claiming ownership of the children. Because as long as she got a womb, the children belong to her. Hell no. The womb is the vehicle. Can a car move without gas? Or you could make the car electric. A womb can be empty. That's narcissism. The baby belonged to you, so it never belonged to the father. So he don't never feel worthy. That's what she's doing to Derek. And Derek got her in a 9,000 square foot mansion, and he still can't have his goddamn kids. Why y'all not talking about that part? Oh, y'all didn't hear that part, right? Y'all not listening because y'all listening for the punchline. Y'all listening here for some narcissistic abuse. That's what y'all listening for, and you're never going to hear it.
No, he's providing, and I'm out here.
Give you that nice little soft life you live in.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yes.
So you can have 3 therapists and
exactly.
all that.
Listen, shout out to all 3 of them therapists. They had their work cut out for them. And yes, so.
And so what was the breaking point for you to get up and leave and go to Denver?
So when he said I was crazy, because I'm like, you need to be delivered and we need to go now. And this is what needs to happen.
So he called
You heard what she just said? When he said she needs a therapist, she said he's a demon and we need to go fix you. Textbook narcissism. Narcissism at its finest. This woman is a complete narcissist. What do you mean something's wrong with me? You're the devil. You need help. And notice, because this is another thing these narcissists do too. They'll freely discuss their problems with other people, but they won't express their problems or their issues that the other person, their spouse, has to deal with. They never come to their spouse and discuss it. Remember, she already admitted that she didn't tell Derek nothing about her past. She hid a whole bunch of shit from Derek because she was afraid Derek was going to leave. Narcissism.
Your mom and you said, forget it, I'm going.
I was like, it took a couple of days. And I was like, okay, I feel like I can't just leave. So I'm like, okay, we need to go to therapy. We need to work this out. And I'm texting him because he's like not answering my calls. He's like, if you come to the condo, I'm going to call the police on you. All these, I'm like, okay. I was texting him. I'm like, okay, we have to figure out how to work this out. The best way for us to do this is for you to come here and we can figure it out. Like, and he was basically,
the best way that we can do this is if you do what I say. Y'all don't hear the narcissism coming out of this woman's mouth? This shit flows off her tongue. The best thing we can do is you come to me. Not I'll come to you. I'm your wife. Let's work this out, baby. I love you. No. You want me to change, nigga. You come to me and do what I say. Fellas, these types of women can never love you. They cannot love you. They are lovers of themselves. They are egotistical, pompous assholes. These are women you stay away from. These are women you don't even pump and dump, because I don't agree with pumping and dumping. You don't even have sex with these types of women. It is 2023. You leave these women alone. You let them starve. You let them be sexually depraved and dry. You let them stay there. You let them stay there because their head is too far up their own ass. You don't deserve a man. You don't even deserve a man to make you feel good. Since it's all about you, stimulate your goddamn self. Men, we got to leave women like this. Leave them lonely. Let them erode. Yeah, I said it. Let them rot. You let them rot. Because if you don't, and you bring them on in your life, nigga, they'll kill you. Your hair start falling out. You notice you 100, 200 pounds overweight. Your ass done got gout. That's what these types of women do to you. Why you think Derek stayed away from my ass? He ain't live in that house with her no more. She wicked, man. She wicked. Papa Flocka, salute my brother. Glad you here, bro. What's up, L. Nixon? Salute, fam. Salute. What's up, Les Troll? Ray Stansberry. Salute, fam. Seth Son. Shout out to my guy, Seth Son. Oh, you better not. Better not. No contract. Facts. No contract. And the first contract you make with a woman is having sex with her, fellas. You got to stop having sex with these wicked women and then wondering why your life is in a downward spiral. It's because you're laying up with the archetype of DaNaia Jackson. These women will destroy you from the inside out.
basically like, I'm not coming back there. Like, I would rather be separated from you than to be miserable with you in the same house. And I was like,
didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say that that's why Derek was not going home? Because he would be miserable in there. Why? If he was the narcissist. If Derek was the narcissist, if Derek did all of this shit to her, why didn't he want to come lay in his 9,000 square foot mansion that's in the same hood as the Migos, according to DaNaia? That's her flex, that her house was in the same neighborhood as the Migos. So 9 times out of 10, their mansion was in Buckhead. Their mansion was probably in Buckhead. 9,000 square feet. You know how many rooms that mansion has? 9,000 square feet. And he don't want to come lay in his big ass house? It's because he was miserable because it was a demon in the house. It was a demon in there. There she go. She on the goddamn screen. She on the goddamn screen. These women, they're not built to love men, fellas. They're not built to love a man. And at the age DaNaia's at, she will never love a man. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Mom, my bags are packed. When can you be here? And she was on the flight the next morning, flew in, and we drove.
Notice how these narcissistic women, their teammate is always their mama. Notice that. They can always run to their mama. Why you never could run to your daddy? Why they never run to their daddy? Why when these women fuck up and do bad shit and ruin opportunities for themselves and hurt other people, they could run to their fucking mother? Why? Because mommy knows how her daughter is. Mommy knows her daughter is crazy as cat shit and she wasn't gonna make it good in no goddamn relationships. That's why. That's why. Because her mama know. Her mama probably be saying when she hang up the phone, well, goddamn, I'm surprised Derek stayed with her that long. You think these girls' families don't know they crazy? And they can't keep no nigga? And they don't want no nigga that's about something? You think these girls' families don't know? Why you think when they pick up, Mommy, come get me? Ma, he told me about myself. Ma, he been mean. Come get me. Rewarding bad behavior. When she used to act up at her daddy's house, her daddy couldn't check her. That's why they sent her to her grandmama's house. See that? She don't respect men. She don't love no man. She don't respect them either. Their trump card is always a woman. I don't care what you niggas say. I'll call my mama. Grown ass women. Grown women. What nigga? I call my mother. Grown women. Grown ass little girls. Why she ain't try to work it out with her husband? Why she ain't trying to work it out with her? And why her mama wasn't woman enough to say, hey, you gotta work it out with your husband, baby, because she didn't work it out with her daddy. See that? So you can't tell your daughter to do some shit you didn't do. That's why you're gonna sit there, hold her up in her bullshit, hold her up in her fuckery. Because she used to defend you when she was a little girl, when she used to go to her daddy's house and start shit between him and your stepmama. Because you used to do that for your mama with your little wicked ass. You've been wicked, DaNaia. You've been like that. Mommy always the goddamn trump card. I'ma call my mommy. But let a man call his mama. He a mama's boy. We can't never call our mamas. We can't call our mamas. But y'all strong, independent college graduate women always could run to your fucking mother to bail you out of any goddamn thing. You ain't a good mother. Mommy, I want to go out. You run to your mama. When you need extra help, because you fucked up the bill money, you run to mommy. Because she uphold your narcissism. DaNaia. And fellas, women who always run into their mama and they mama always holding them up in that shit, get away from her. Get away from her. Because that's who's going to run y'all relationship. Her and her fucking mother.
Or I can't even say we drove. I drove like 80 miles an hour to
All
Denver.
the way from Atlanta to Denver.
Yes.
How long was that trip?
It's a 24-hour drive. I drove the first 15 hours pretty much straight through. She had to force me to stop driving.
You were just motivated on adrenaline.
I was adrenaline, and I was just like so upset. And then I was kind of scared too, because I'm like, I can't believe like I'm actually doing this. He's gonna freak out when he realizes that I'm gone, because I didn't say anything. I didn't send my phone was actually right. My phone was actually turned off at the time.
So she kidnapped this man fucking kids too. She kidnapped. Y'all better not get in my goddamn comment section and tell me any fucking thing about this woman being publicly humiliated. She kidnapped this man kids. She turned her fucking phone off and took this man's kids. She kidnapped his kids. That's why she was scared. Because she know what she did was wrong. But guess who was going to defend her? The woman who was in the car with her fucking mama. Her mama, when her mama's supposed to be telling her the right fucking thing to do. Like, don't take that man kids from him. You see that shit? You see where they get that narcissism from? You see where it come from? But notice these women who talk about narcissism, they always demonizing a man. They're always demonizing their fathers, demonizing their stepfathers, demonizing their uncles, because they team mom. When you ain't nothing just like your mama. A narcissistic, lying ass. You know. You know, DaNaia. You done kidnap that man's kids because you want to prove a fucking point. Why y'all women ain't talking about this? Y'all want to get up in my comment section and try to charge me up. Why y'all not talking about this? How this woman made bad decision after bad decision after bad decision after bad fucking decision. Why y'all not talking about that? Huh? 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 Oh no, y'all want to talk to men. Y'all want to tell men what to be. Y'all want to tell men how to be. Y'all don't want to teach women shit. Y'all want to tell men how to be men. Y'all want to tell men how to be men, no. That's what y'all want to do. Y'all want to tell men how they need to step up. But you ain't going to tell this woman that every fucking decision she made in this situation was wrong. Every decision she made. Every one she made was wrong. What's up, Raven? Tell Toya. What's up, Tell Toya? Legendary Knight says, DS1. That's what we lose in all of this. When she gonna talk about the babies? Selfishness. Come on, man. She kidnapped her own kids just to take them from their father. Because she wanted to prove a point to him. This is narcissism. This is narcissism.
Because there was like a little financial crisis that started happening around that time too. So my phone was actually turned off. So I was like, this is perfect.
You know, just slide by that financial crisis, had your phone cut off.
My phone was cut off at
I
the
live in a
time.
9,000 square foot house and your phone get cut off.
He was working at the condo, so.
It could have been a financial crisis, just oversight of the bill being paid.
Yeah.
Because you can't have a 9,000 square foot house.
I don't know. I wasn't even involved with the finances. So that's what I've been told. So
You've been told.
Yeah, because I wasn't involved in it.
He
So
just told you what?
It's a financial crisis. It was a financial crisis from what I understand.
Define financial crisis.
Define it. Define it, because there was sure a Lamborghini.
That's what I'm saying. And Bentley sitting up here doing car videos with a Bentley.
There was a lot of stuff. So I don't know where it all went, but we had a financial crisis and my phone was turned off. So at that time it was turned off, and
well, how long was it cut off? About a couple hours?
Days.
See, I don't understand that.
Days. And so it kind of worked out, because then he couldn't immediately call me, and my mom's not answering the phone. So there's that. But by the time I actually got to Denver, he was already there.
This is the problem with narcissists. They think they're smarter than everybody in the room. They think they're smarter than everybody in the room. They think they're talking over people's heads. They think they're manipulating and finessing. DaNaia, you know how stupid you just sounded? And you lied, because first she said she turned the goddamn phone off. Then it turned into a financial crisis. See what these narcs be doing? See what these narcs do? So to deflect you from the fact that she just lied, she put crisis on it. It was a financial crisis. So you don't just peep that she lied. Because before she brought up her phone got cut off, she said she turned it off. She said she turned it off. Then she said it was turned off. That still don't denote that it was disconnected. Your lying ass. You turned your motherfucking phone off, took his kids, and drove to Denver. That's what the fuck happened with your lying ass. Why would he turn your goddamn phone off if you got his kids? You're lying. But she's not publicly humiliating. She's not publicly humiliating Derek right now. Huh? She's not sitting up here lying on Derek Jackson. She basically said the nigga turned her phone off. Why would he turn the phone off when he can't find his kids and his wife? You lying.
There. So
he was?
He was.
He flew down there while y'all was driving.
He flew, and he was at my mom's old address because he had looked her stuff up online and went to her old address. Didn't realize that she had moved, and so he was at the wrong address. And I called him when I got there. I was like, okay, at minimum, I could call him when I'm actually there.
Yeah.
Let him know. He's like, I need let's talk. He's standing outside. I'm outside. I'm like, outside where? And it's snowing, and he's like, I'm outside, let's talk. And I'm like, she doesn't even live there anymore. And I'm like,
So this is how you know that the phone being cut off was a lie. How all of a sudden she called the nigga now? When did the phone come back on? When did the phone come back on, DaNaia? When did he pay the bill? When did he pay the bill, DaNaia? No, you turned your motherfucking phone back on. And he popped up at your mama house because, like I said, he wanted his kids. He wanted to know what the fuck your crazy nut ass do with his kids. That's why he showed up at your mama house, the last address. Because that's what I would have did. That's what I would have did. I would have showed up at every address that I knew. Me and my bros would have been pulling up. Where's my kids? We'd have been pulling up like the SWAT team. Where's my children? And she think this shit is a joke. She doesn't live here anymore. See how they play with you? See how they play with you and play with your kids? Because narcissist thinks everything is a game. It's all a game. It's all a game. Your life, their kids' life, all this shit is a fucking game that they have to win. She's playing a game, a dangerous one. See, you lucky you was with DaNaia Jackson. Because you might be.
I don't think I should be coming out right now. Like, I just got off the road. We just got off the road, and my mom is in the background. Like, you just got off the road. You are not going anywhere. And then she's on the phone with someone and shit. They're like, you get off that phone. He can wait. Right. And which then brought in a whole nother dynamic, because it's like, your mom is controlling your behavior and your actions, and she's keeping you away and telling you what to say and what to do. So then that became a whole nother dynamic. And I'm just like, head spin.
So how long did it take for you to connect with him while he was in Denver?
We met the next day. We met at IHOP and with the kids. My mom dropped me and the kids off. And he was like, how long are you going to be here? And I was like, I don't know, a couple weeks, still not saying like, I know, about all this stuff that's going on. And he was like, well, like, you just going to leave?
You're not telling him because that is your trump card to do what you're doing now, DaNaia. Nobody's stupid. Only one stupid here is Derek. He's the only stupid nigga here. You keep not telling him because that's the shit that's going to propel you to do what you're doing now. That's why you're going to let it all out now. This is a fucking game. Everything is a game to a narc. And shout out to Legendary Nice. That's not the real scoop. What you said is not the real scoop. I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. And that's not going to stop me for saying what I'm saying about her. So that's not the real scoop, bro. That's not the real scoop. That's not what it is for all of us. And if that is an issue for any one of us, then you really should be tuned into today's show, because these are the women you need to stay away from. So what if they were like your mama? So what? That doesn't stop anything. These men still need to know that they need to get away from them, even if their mama was like that. If your mama was like this, you really need to not deal with women like this, because you grew up around them. You grew up with them. You grew up getting abused emotionally. So the real scoop is she's a narcissist. She can't love you. That's the real scoop. She can't love you. So we're not going to make excuses, because she's not making any excuses. What's up, Kari? Yeah, we not doing that, bro.
If like, how do you just gonna leave like that and not say anything? And I'm like, yeah. Like, you decided you wanted to stay at the condo. I can't stay in this house by myself. And so he's like, so you're just gonna keep the kids away from me? And I'm like, I'm not even trying to do that, but I take care of them pretty much by myself. Been doing it by myself since they were born, essentially, mostly, as far as the main care of them, outside of financially, which apparently that's a big deal. If you provide financially, that's the only job you have. So I did not know that.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what she just said? And I know we're in agreement, Legendary Nice. I just wanted to let you know that we can't keep using that mother aspect to justify everything. We can't keep doing that. But I know we in agreement. Shout out to you. But did y'all hear what she just said? She said the main purpose of a man is finances. Narcissism 101. She said that's his main priority. That's what she said out her mouth. That's what she said. She's giving it all up. See that?
I'm learning though. And
Define, provide,
right. And so, yeah. So
he's there. How long did you stay in Denver before coming back?
I was there for 8 months, and he traveled there almost if not every week, every other week. He was there every month.
So what was your plan?
Chasing. I was just trying to survive. At that point, by the time I got to Denver, I was like unhealthily, like skinny, like I was malnourished. I hadn't been eating. I was depressed. I was malnourished. Like literally, I'll try to pull up a picture of my phone so you can see it. But I was malnourished. Like they had to like force feed me to like get me back to a state where I could just eat properly.
Why?
All the stuff that I had been dealing with and holding in, like I was dying. Had I not left Georgia at the time, I would have died in Georgia. Like I had been in the hospital. They couldn't figure out what's going on with me. I'm bleeding out of places. They're like, I don't know why you're bleeding like this. There was so much stress and stuff going on with my body at the time. Had I not left at the time that I did, I think I would not be here right now.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
And so I stayed there for 8 months, and literally my family that knew that I was there, because everybody in my family didn't know I was there, and they were feeding me to make sure I got back to helping me with the kids, taking that on so I could really just do my therapy and just recover mentally and emotionally. And I started going to one-on-one sessions, Bible studies, counseling, and really unpacking some things from a spiritual aspect and going back into the spiritual aspect of like not having the father with the abandonment and the rejection, and then learning about how that translates into like Jesus was rejected. He was abandoned and all that. Like I had to relearn all that happened in that 8.
No. We not doing that, DaNaia. Shout out to God the Brand. Salute. Shout out to the Nile River in the building. We not doing that, DaNaia. See, because this is why people don't want to go to church no more. Because of demons like you. Oh, Jesus was abandoned. Shut your ass up and deal with your problems. I'm sick of, yo. I am so sick of this fake shit that y'all chicks be on, this fake spiritual shit. I am sick of it. I am so sick of it. Do not use Jesus as a buffer for your bullshit. Oh, well, Jesus, shut up. You covered in the Jezebel and the Delilah spirit. Don't talk about Jesus. You are led by the Jezebel and the Delilah spirit. I need you to shut up talking about Jesus. Shut your ass up. You weren't abandoned by your father the same way. Oh, Jesus wasn't abandoned by his... Shut up. And then you get all these other silly ass women. Oh, yeah, that's right. According to the word. You don't know the word. Shut up. They don't say that with your lying ass. This is another way narcissists manipulate situations. They like playing on people's religion and playing with God. acting like they about something. Hell you talking about? Oh, you know, dude, don't even mention Jesus, you demon. Don't even mention Jesus. Keep talking about going to therapy and going to, and learning more about yourself. Don't even bring up Jesus. Your lying ass.
In that 8 months. And from there, I started journaling to the Holy Spirit and giving him all the details. And this is where the Lord began to speak to me like, hey, you need to write out all these things that you've seen that you've been trying to tell such and such. You've been trying to tell that you've been telling the therapist, you've been telling all of them. That's great, but they can't take the pain that is in your soul. They can't take that out of you.
Yeah.
You know, only I can take that out of you. And so I began to do that. And then I have literally notebooks of the trauma and the pain and the videos, like the details and all of that I have seen, all of it, of giving that to the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit, I invite you into this. I'm giving you the details of this down to like the tattoo, the mole, this, like all the details. I'm giving you all of that.
What tattoo?
I'm saying like of what I've seen of the women, of the people.
Seeing everybody's body parts.
Right.
How does that feel? I want to spend a little time on that, because that's some serious trauma. When it happens the first time, like I said, I've been in environments where I've walked in and seen stuff that I didn't want to see. So what did that do to you?
I became a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was. I actually have a couple posts on my page where I have a post that says, I knew her body better than I knew my own.
Stop. Let that sit there. You said you knew another woman's body better than you knew your own.
Yes, several women. I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. And I spent a lot of time, like I went in such a deep hole where I was like studying these women. I would go to their profiles and I would study their pages and like what they wear. I knew when they had met up. So I watched their videos of them having sex. So I would try to imitate that and recreate that in our relationships so that he could choose me and want me. And that is a low point to be. And I'm tearing up a little bit because I hate that I even got to a point where that was a thing, but that it was.
Now she's crying. This part makes her tear up. This part. This is crazy. This is crazy. Right. She didn't cry about getting raped. She never cried about her dad abandoning her. But now you crying? Oh, this is the selling point. Okay. This is the part that they sell. Okay.
It was just that. And so I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. I completely lost myself. I became a shell of myself. I tried to imitate their hair, their actions, even sexual things that I had seen him doing with them. I tried to recreate that in our life when we were engaged in
textbook narcissism. You trying to become a woman you're not. You're taking on the character of someone else. You're encapsulating someone else's energy. So who's the demon? Who's the demon? This is why I'm telling y'all fellas, these type of women, they can't love you, man. They can't love you. They can't. She don't even love Derek. She don't even love Derek.
None of it amounted to anything. And so I just became more like depressed, more withdrawn, because it's like, I can't share this with him because then he's going to leave, right? Because I'm still operating off of that abandonment and all of that. And so it's so crushing. And there's not really words to put like what happens to you when you see that. And you don't just see it one time, but you see it multiple times, and you see it multiple times over years, what that does. And then you compound onto that rape trauma. You compound onto that daddy issue. Like, there's no way for anybody to survive that mentally and emotionally without God like intervening in some way to literally pluck that out of you. It's so crushing. There's no breath in my body.
What brought you back? 8 months you were away. You're restoring yourself not only physically, because you're malnutrition at this time. You're about to lose your mind. You got 3 therapists. You're now participating in your mother's Bible study groups and all that. So you've been edified on the spiritual level. 8 months away, he's coming in to see you and the kids. What made you say, I'm going to go back and I'm about to recommit to this marriage?
I gave him a list of 13 things that I needed to recommit. I had fasted and prayed on it. And I'm like, Lord, if I go back, there's some things that I need. I gave him a list of 13 things that absolutely needed to happen.
Do you remember some of the things on that list?
Yes.
She gave this nigga a list. Let's listen to what was on that list. Textbook narcissism again. A list. You got to behave under this order. I want these things done in this manner. Because who's running the relationship? Let's see what she wanted. Because, you know, some women, they think there's nothing wrong with giving a man a list of demands. Most of y'all don't even write a goddamn grocery shopping list anymore. But you gonna write a goddamn list for your man. Let's hear what she got to say.
The first thing was that we needed to have spiritual counsel. Like, we had to engage for a minimum of 6 months. He had to schedule time for me and the children within his work schedule. And he had to create the schedule, not me create it for him.
Fair enough.
Okay. He had to change his numbers. Because he had 2 phones at the time. He had to change both of those numbers. Then he had to get rid of all of the women. That means like anybody that he had any type of relationship with, whether it was sexual conversation or it was actually physical, they had to go. All of them. That we had to renew our vows. And those are a couple off the top of my
Why was it
mind.
important to renew your vow?
Because I feel like we built it on a faulty foundation.
Good.
Our marriage was built on a faulty foundation. So we had to reset that thing. And the vows that we took were not necessarily rooted in God, you know, at the time from either side.
Yeah.
And so we had to really reset.
How do you get married void of God? How do you get married void of God? Oh, because y'all was 2 perverts stuck in full-time lust, but had a part-time relationship. Oh, okay. Notice what she said she needed him to do, the list of things. Let's see if she say anything else. I'll be right back. I'm gonna let it play.
set that in time and fasting and prayer to develop that list with the
Yeah.
Lord. And it's like, okay, this is what needs to happen. And so he did not do that immediately, which is why I spent 8 months away. But towards the end, he started coming into doing a lot of those things. And then he started pursuing one of the deliverance ministers that I had told him about. He started flying everywhere this minister was. And I could see that visually. Like I could watch it on YouTube. You know, I'm seeing him there and I'm seeing him get some deliverance, which he did. And I'm like, yes, Lord, you're answering my prayer. Okay, I can feel good about coming back now. And again, this is against like my mom and the other people in the Bible studies. Like they're like, you need to wait and let him continue to go through the process. I'm like, I'm grown.
Yeah.
I can do this. And so I came back off of that, and I believed in that, and I knew that he was like on the path, and we were very heavily connected with some people in the church that were helping us and all that. So,
and I would say fair enough. Like you're the wife. Your mom, of course, she's trying to cover you. She was going to advocate for you. But at the end of the day, you had to make that decision to say, because at the end of the day, it's not healthy for a wife or a husband to be living away from each other.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You work through those problems with each other. But I do believe that at the state that
Now, here's what I have to say about this guy, the host here. He's letting DaNaia get away with lying. He knows she's lying. He knows. Because just like my brother MR1 says in the chat, what Derek asked of you to do, did he have any demands, DaNaia? Did you have to change? Did you have to be a better wife? See, you notice she conveniently left that out because that is a 101 narcissistic tactic. Never point out what I need to do, because my job is to correct you. This is a narc. My job is to correct you and to make you better for me. I don't have to be better for anyone. I'm already that nigga. I'm already that chick. That's narcissism. So I have the demands and you have to please me. If you notice, not one time has she fought for her marriage. All her actions is the actions of a woman chasing after an ain't shit nigga. Period. She wasn't trying to keep her goddamn marriage and her husband. She was trying to keep tabs on the ain't shit nigga's penis control. She wanted to control the ain't shit nigga's penis. That's all. And because he yo nigga, he's supposed to keep it in his pants. That's his. It ain't yours. But you think it is yours because you're a narcissist. And now you're going to tell him what he need to do for you to make you feel better. What you did for him? What you do for your husband? Nothing. Shout out to Double C. Salute. 7 Holiday says, I've been with a woman like this. It can take you to dark places. Stay away from them. Absolutely. Same here, my brother, which is why I did these 3 shows. I know what it is to be with the DaNaia Archetype. I know. I've been with them. Been in relationships with them. Long-term ones too. And short-term ones. I know how they are. And all the shit she did was the same shit my ex has done. Run to their mama. They can always run to mommy because mommy gonna hold them up in that bullshit. They get sick and start having these mental issues and breaking down. And yeah, come on, man. I don't just talk about this shit for nothing, brothers. Akuma says, I know what it's like to get away from women like this. Come on, man. A lot of us do. That's right, Mrs. KP Bailey. Ownership. She thinks she owns Derek. She thinks she owns him.
Jara in that he did need to actually show and tell, and to prove that he wanted to fight for the marriage. And so you saw that and you felt the unction to go back.
Yeah.
And then, so when you got back, what happened?
When we got back, when I
And
got
give me
back,
time frame. So this was in 2020 or 2021 now.
Okay, so this is 2020. I came back. So when I came back, I didn't go back to Georgia. This was part of the parameters. Like, we need to leave Georgia. Georgia's not the place for us. There's too much.
Access.
Way
Emphasis on access.
Lots of it open, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm really feeling Texas. I feel like it's equal distance between both of our families as far as travel time.
She said they needed to leave Georgia because of the easy access to sex. So what you telling me, DaNaia, is you know that your man is sexually submissive and he weak. So you need to go and get your grown-ass man who can't control his penis out of a certain state so he could be faithful to you? Listen to this. Listen to the logic here. Because he's been having sex with all these women in Georgia, this grown-ass man who's willingly having sex with these women has to be taken out of the state to become a husband? You trying to isolate that nigga. That's what you trying to do, ain't you, DaNaia? You trying to isolate him. You trying to keep all the groupies away from your football man. Because see, that's how she still look at Derek. Derek is still a superstar in her mind. She still see Derek as the same jock that he was when they was in college. This is how she still looks at Derek. He's a star. All the women want him. It's not his fault. It's these nasty, trifling women. It's not the fact that he just a bozo and got to have sex with every woman who say he cute and he had a great game. He's such a weak bozo that you want to try to tell the world that the way you tried to save your marriage is by moving your husband to a different state. You women be thinking y'all smart, man. And y'all be embarrassing yourselves. This is a grown-ass man. He's in control of his own penis. You think, so DaNaia, you think he's gonna have less access in Texas, even though Texas got the finest strippers. You do know, hey, DaNaia, you do know that Texas, preferably Houston, is where some of the baddest strippers come from in the world. You do know that, right, DaNaia? You do know that, right, DaNaia? You do know that, right? See how she's a narcissist? She thinks she can make Derek keep his penis in his pants. She thinks she's in control of it. Mental problem. Mental problem. Why he can't be a man and control his own penis like men's supposed to do? Why he need help with that, DaNaia? Why you think you supposed to help him with that? Because you want to make sure none of these other women get any. That's why. Ain't got nothing to do with cheating. It ain't got nothing to do with your family. None of that. It got something to do with your feelings. That's what it got something to do with. And you know, as long as he having sex with them other women, he gonna take his time coming home. That's what this is about for you. This is a win for you. This is not about your family. This is not about your children. This is not about God or your marriage. This is some self-serving bullshit. And I'm here to tell you, fellas, today, these women can never love you, man. They will never love you. 9 times out of 10, they'll never truly love any man. And the man that they claim they truly love will be the nigga who ruined their life. Understand this. I'm going to play a little bit of more, and then we're going to wrap it up. Mississippi Soldier, what's up? A rookie narcissist, but definitely a narcissist indeed. The covert type too. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
I'm thinking Houston, but he was getting Dallas. So I was like, okay, like, let's go. Okay, so we're going to Dallas. So he ended up packing up the whole house pretty much in Georgia. And after I told him he needed to get rid of a lot of things. And and then I met him here in Texas, and we started here in Texas, and it was like, it felt great. Like, it felt good. We had people here in the church that we were meeting with regularly. And we were looking for different places, like where we wanted to settle down. We started in Plano and went to a couple of different places. And so I felt like it was like on track. Of course, there's always issues, right? We're still recovering from whole trauma, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to skip past the fact that there was all these women involved in the marriage
Right.
that I'm still dealing with. On top of, now I'm actively unpacking the rape trauma.
Did she just say whole trauma? Did she just say we're still going through whole trauma? I'm going to rewind that. What's good, Tommy? Shout out to my guy, Tommy, man. Salute to the Nile in the building. Did she say whole trauma? Let me rewind that.
After I told him he needed to get rid of a lot of things. And and then I met him here in Texas, and we started here in Texas, and it was like, it felt great. Like, it felt good. We had people here in the church that we were meeting with regularly. And we were looking for different places, like where we wanted to settle down. We started in Plano and went to a couple of different places. And so I felt like it was like on track. Of course, there's always issues, right? We're still recovering from whole trauma, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to skip past the fact that there was all these women involved in the marriage
Right.
that I'm still dealing with. On top of, now I'm actively unpacking the rape trauma at the same time that I'm dealing with the betrayal trauma from the infidelity. Like, all of it's happening at the same time. And so
What's up, Monique? DaNaia, you're dealing with it all at the same time because that's what you chose to do, baby girl. Baby girl, you decided to let it all come to a head at once. You created this, DaNaia. Why are you trying to act like this is too hard to deal with all of a sudden? You created this situation. You created it. Thinking you smarter than everybody, trying to outsmart the world, you done made yourself look stupid. And this is what narcissists do. This is what they do. This is what they do. They constantly make themselves look stupid because they think they smarter than everybody. And what they doing is they painting themselves into a corner, because that's what she did. By kept lying and hiding and manipulating shit, kept lying to her husband. What you mean you had to deal with all of the infidelity? You dealt with infidelity for 9 years before you fucking got married. What are you talking about? Now all of a sudden him dealing with other women is an issue. What about the 9 years before? Before you got married? Women wasn't a problem when you was watching the porn tapes and getting tips. Now all of a sudden, the women are a problem. Now she just made up her own trauma, classy Creole. She just made up a whole trauma. Whole trauma. She just made up her own new shit. Whole trauma. I didn't say it. She did. Mrs. KP, she said from the first show, she admitted that she was complicit to all of it. She admitted that in the beginning, neither one of them were committed. She admitted to all this stuff. She called it whole trauma, Monique. She called it whole trauma. That's what she called it.
He was very supportive. I feel like he was very supportive and understanding, and like, okay, what do I need to do? And all these things that I couldn't have asked like for more of, so.
And then when did the infamous bonnet video, when did that take place? When
So
was
that
he
was-
outed?
That was 2021.
So
that was in
everything was going pretty good.
Overall, yeah.
Overall,
Everything was
new start.
Yes, overall, it was a new start. We're still just kind of unpacking just all of the stuff, right?
But
And
he's
so-
doing the work, y'all.
Yeah, he's
y'all
doing-
have a spiritual oversight that's
Yeah,
helping y'all walk
he's
through
doing
some
the-
stuff. He's
he-
spending time with the kids now.
Yes.
He's scheduling time with the kids. Did y'all renew y'all vows?
We did not. That was one of the things that did not happen. And, that was something like, okay, we need to put it on the priority list, and it just never, it never happened clearly. But
Right.
that did not happen. But all the other things were little. I'm like, okay.
DaNaia, you never cared about marriage because your mama wasn't married. And you said a while ago, DaNaia, that all you cared about Derek doing is providing. We can't keep doing this. Can't keep doing this. We're not gonna keep doing this. We heard enough. We've heard enough. We've heard enough. We know exactly and understand exactly the DaNaia Jackson archetype. And fellas, stay very clear and away from these women. And let me tell you something else. They are here on the internet in abundance. Okay? Be careful who you imprint that with. Absolutely. Which is why men have a vetting process. And the vetting process starts after. Excuse me, not after. Let me correct myself. The vetting process starts before y'all have sex. So let's just keep it 100, fellas. If you talking about making this woman your woman, you're supposed to be vetting her without having sex with her. Before ever having sex with her, at least one time, you supposed to put her through a vetting process. It's called time, toll, trouble, and threat. So if this woman is not worthy of any time of yours outside of sex, she should not pass go. You shouldn't even have sex with her. Because if you're really not interested in her while y'all on dates, if she's boring, if she's corny, you'll see that before y'all even get to the bed. So this will stop a lot of the bad imprinting. Because men are only supposed to imprint women that they want to marry. You see that? You only supposed to imprint women you want to marry. You only imprint a woman you plan to stay with. You see? But this is where we fall short as men. We don't properly vet. And we vet with our penises and not our brain. You're supposed to vet her when you're not having sex, before you even start having sex. Would you spend time with her outside of sex? Is she worth your time? Is she worth your money, your toll? Is she worth your money? Is she worth your resources? The trouble, you have to assess the bullshit that she come with. But see, a lot of us don't see this in women because we already done start smashing and we can't get past that booty. Her booty just so right that anytime you want to have a proper thought, it gets bombarded with that booty. So you don't see the trouble. You don't see it. You don't see her poor attitude, her poor choices, her poor decision making, because that booty just too big. That booty too big. The booty replaces all the trouble. You don't care. You will take it on. You'll accept it. You'll accept all that shit because the booty. See? And then the threat. See, if you don't assess the trouble, you damn sure don't know what's coming. See? If you don't even realize the trouble that she's bringing, you definitely not going to see the trouble that's coming down the line dealing with her. See, you're not going to see that child support case coming because you don't care about her attitude. Her attitude shows you she'll take you to goddamn child support, but you don't pay attention to that. You don't even see that. Her attitude tells you this, that she'll call the cops on your ass for nothing because she don't like what you said. But we don't pay attention to this stuff as men. This is why we need to understand the DaNaia Jackson archetype. Because these women will destroy you. Or you got to come back and make a deal with them. And see, that's what I think Derek may have done. Derek may have came back because Derek is weak. He's a jellyback. He's a jellyfish. Derek Jackson's a jellyfish. Spineless. That's why he came back and did what she said. See, because Derek Jackson is all about protecting his public image. And he knows that she has the capability to destroy it. You see? So do I believe that he may have acquiesced? Oh, yeah. Of course he's going to acquiesce. That's just the kind of guy he is. What's good, Mike C? Yes, time told, trouble, and threat. Time told, trouble, and threat. What's up, Khadijah? Yeah, we got to stop thinking with that, bro. That's what's getting us in trouble. That's why Derek is being held hostage now by this goddamn narcissist, DaNaia Jackson. Thinking with his penis. Thinking he could finesse his way out of every situation. Thinking he could smash his way in and out of every chick's life. And now, either he's going to do what she say, or she's going to continue with this onslaught. Mississippi Soldier says, I got one right now that will drop literally everything if I say, come on. A very dangerous relationship I had to let go after breaking up 50 times. Hey, bro. Come on, bro. Definitely got to get out of that, man. We have to. Because at the end of the day, it's not good for our health as men. It's not good for our health. Miss KP Bailey says it's a setup. You think so? I'm hearing that now. Now I'm hearing, this is a big money grab and, and it could be. I'm just not going for it. Because this is still another way they try to blame Derek Jackson. It's still another way to try to make black men look like the black man was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to do a video talking about that too. She'll be taking his resources next. Not if he make a deal with her. And Johns love to make deals. He's a John. So he's going to acquiesce to what she wants as long as she can cut him some slack. You see? They're still in a situationship. It's not a marriage. It's still a situationship. This is why she tries to control the situation. And Derek is willing to allow her a little bit of control as long as he can keep his situation how he wanted. This is not a marriage, y'all. So I don't want to hear he's embarrassing his wife. Because if he embarrassed his wife, then her going around on this media run, she's disrespecting her husband. And why aren't y'all saying that? Because if you want to look at them as being married, they're both disrespecting each other. Because they're both coming out in the public. So they're disrespecting each other. Okay? So now that we done proved that Derek wasn't a narcissist, now they just scamming black people. And it was Derek's idea. Come on, man. Come on. But shout out to everyone, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. Shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to everyone. Tommy says, I'm so glad I got out of that. She's trying to get me back. I'm going no contact. Facts. You have to. They're going to always try to get you back, bro. He said, yeah, we broke up every week. I've been through that too, man. I've been through that too. Mississippi Soldier says, I wouldn't be surprised if Derek moved his game overseas to avoid contact with her. But trust and believe the kids will be weaponized. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She already weaponized them. Remember, she kidnapped them and took them to Denver. She already weaponized them, bro. That's how he ended up popping up. And they end up working shit out when they was in Denver. She took the kids. That's how she got him to start acquiescing. She took the kids, bro. That's crazy you said that, but she already did it. She already started doing that. Thank you, Miss Angie. I appreciate you, sweetheart. And I appreciate you always coming through and holding down the chizat as well for your brother. Ray Stansberry says, this level of domestic disrespect has been normalized to the point that those that don't move like that are loomed that as old-fashioned. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. We're thrown in the traditional bag. You know? And then when you a traditional guy, they want you to be a modern nigga. You know? They want you to be a modern nigga. So, you know how I go, man. With some people, you just can't win. But just understand, fellas, there's women out here that want guys that's about the real thing, man. Right. Come on, man. They always do that. You know, they always call me old fashioned, you know, especially how I express myself. Like I'm just an old grouchy nigga. That's what some women call me. I'm the old grouchy grandpa. Shout out to my man GQ. What's good, GQ? The kids are her trump card. Absolutely, Mike C. And she already pulled that shit on him. She already pulled it on him. Tommy says, great show, my first one, but I'll be back. This was great. Man, shout out to you, Tommy. I appreciate you, bro. I'm glad you came through. And so what I be over here chopping it up about, man. Welcome to the Visionaries. Welcome to Sheep Stay Sleep TV, man. JDJ says, great show. I'll catch the first part on the replay. Shout out to JDJ. Boogeyman says, his penis got him caught up. He thought he could smash and grab the cootie cat and she burned him. Facts. Facts. Because that's what lames like Derek Jackson, little jelly bean, Jolly Joe eating punks like Derek, that's what they do. Square bozo athlete game. That's athletic square game. Come on now. He ain't no cool dude. He ain't no dude. You know, he ain't that dude. He just plays sports. And he was in shape. He's a cornball. It's a cornball. That's why he carries shit the way he do. That's why he acquiesced the way he do, because he's a cornball. Cornbillion. It's a cornbillion. Yeah, the old grouchy grandpa, Angie. Miss Angie. Yup, that's what they call me. No doubt, legendary nice. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate your support, bro. He said, great live, family. The sorry Miss Jackson's archetype needs to be addressed. The good girl / manipulator. Stay woke. Hey, I'm going to write that down, bro. Shout out to you, legendary nice. I appreciate it. I'm going to write that down. Boogeyman says he going to have to make a deal with her, but he put himself in that position. Exactly. Because that's what bozos do. He's a bozo. Yes, he's going to have to make a deal with her. And he already has. She already said it. She said that he has acquiesced to the list. He's done a lot of those things that she wanted done. But he didn't do enough. That's why they didn't renew the vows. He did some things which kept her at bay. But he didn't do enough for her. That's why they didn't renew the vows. That's why they didn't renew the vows. What's up, Letitia? Mississippi Soldier says, I predict her next move out, she's going to start collaborating with some of his side chicks to completely crush him publicly sooner or later. Man, I hope that don't happen. I hope that don't happen. But I believe that will happen if he continues his shenanigans, especially with them both being in the church now and with them being big on social media. Yeah, that'll happen if he continues the bullshit. Yeah. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, you're not for real. Shout out to you, Ms. Zahara. Shout out to everyone for coming through, man. I appreciate everyone for pulling up to today's show. Of course, we went to double overtime today. I appreciate everyone for staying through to the end of the show. I appreciate y'all. If y'all enjoyed today's show, the Cash App is going across the screen, as well as the PayPal and the Venmo. Shout out to everyone that has financially supported the show. If you have financially supported the show, it's very much appreciated. Most importantly, I appreciate y'all being here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. Don't forget, get down in the comment section and let me know what you think of today's show. If you've missed episodes or parts 1 and 2, I'm going to create a playlist after this show ends. Y'all can click the playlist. It will be called the DaNaia Jackson Archetype. Y'all can click that playlist and watch parts 1 through 3. Shout out to everyone once again for coming through. I appreciate all the love and the support. No doubt. Shout out to you, William Mason. Salute. Salute, Ray Stansberry. Be safe, bro. Luger Storm, salute. Says, I bet if Derek was a good man, she would have withheld coochie from him. Yep, and she would have left him long time ago. Absolutely. Shout out to everyone again, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. You have just tuned in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV, and we will be back here tomorrow. Same time, 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, brothers, we got to heal before we build. We got to heal before we build. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.